Hello everyone, thank you for joining our show today.
Thank you for having us.
Adrian, please introduce your guests. We really appreciate your initiative to introduce our audience and Rompost TV to Love Light Romania.
Da, mulțumesc, Adelina. Îl avem în studio aici pe Robert Rowe, care a venit în România din Marea Britanie în 2002. Inițial a venit să-și viziteze părinții care au fondat Love Light Romania cu 2 ani înainte. I-a plăcut țara și a simțit că poate ajuta organizația caritabilă, așa că nu s-a mai întors acasă. După 22 de ani și mai mult de jumătate din viață s-a petrecut în România, Robert este acum director al organizației. De asemenea, a fost implicat în alte proiecte civice, cum ar fi înființarea unei școli pentru copiii refugiaților ucrainieni. Printre interesele lui se numără public speaking și participarea la festivalul medieval din Sibiu, unde se reconstruiește epoca medievală din Sibiu.
Thank you. Maybe you can tell us a few things about Norman.
Norman a venit în România în 2007, înființând un birou pentru o firmă de fintech numită la momentul respectiv MyPay. Eu l-am întâlnit pe Norman în 2010, când m-am angajat la MyPay, iar Norman a fost un om activ atât în comunitatea de business, cât și în comunitatea civică din jurul Sibiului. A înființat acum vreo 13 ani un grup de expats în Sibiu, unde mai nou are contacte cu foarte mulți români din Canada care se întorc înapoi acasă și își reîncep viața din România. Norman a fost totdeauna un promotor al acțiunilor caritabile, este implicat cu Love Light Romania în calitate de ambasador de peste 3 ani și ajută atât la partea de fundraising cât și la partea de operațională.
Mulțumesc mult. I would like to congratulate both of you for doing such an amazing work with Love Light Romania. Roba, what inspired you to continue your parents' work with Love Light Romania, and how did this journey begin?
The journey for myself started, as Adrian said before, in 2002. I moved from the UK, and initially I was only coming to visit my parents in Romania, but I saw the work they were doing and how important it was to people and the lives that it was changing. And once they told me of the goals that they had for the future, I felt that if I could get involved with that, then I could help them to achieve the goals that they had. And they had been coming to Romania in the mid-90s, where they were bringing humanitarian aid out twice a year in a bus that my dad had made into a camper van. And they were going to another orphanage in the southern part of Romania. And in 2000, Cernavodă, exactly, yeah. And they had become really attached to a young lad there, Ilias, who would come to the door of their van every morning when they would wake up and really they really got attached to him. So they said, what we'll do is we'll move to Romania, we'll set up a foundation and provide a home for him, because he's never had one. He's grown up in institutions. So they sold everything in the UK, moved to Romania. Unfortunately, by the time they got to Romania, because of some medical problems, Ilias had passed away. But the seed had already been set, and they had already thought about helping young children in the Sibiu and Mediaș area who were orphans. So they started up Love Light Romania. And yeah, if I was to tell you the whole story, we'd be here for too long.
This is such an amazing initiative, and we really appreciate your work and efforts. I would like to ask Norman, what are the biggest challenges you are currently facing, and how can the Romanian community help you?
2024 has brought new economic slowdown within the economy, not just within Romania, but across Europe as well. And what that's done is it's reduced the amount of corporate donations. Now, within Romania, charities generally get relatively little support from the government. And so they rely very heavily on personal donations and corporate donations. And that economic slowdown has reduced the amount of corporate donations coming in. We've also seen a rise of insolvencies amongst smaller firms, and some of the smaller firms were donors as well. And so that's dried up, and that's just created some pressure. In addition to that, Romania's got a very fast-growing economy. It does have high inflation, unfortunately, and this has led to overall increased costs. So what the charity does is, in addition to supplying life skills and help to reintegrate young adults into the community, those that have got too great a disability have a forever home in the sanctuary. Now, the running costs of that sanctuary, that forever home, have more than doubled because of the inflation and rising costs. And the other part that the charity does, which is provide transportation and after-school services to young children in remote rural communities, the cost of petrol, transportation, food for after school, which is part of the package, and the electricity, etc., for that after school premise, all of that's gone up as well. So this has put further pressure on it. Now, around 60 to 70% of all the donations that Love Light Romania receives does come from the diaspora abroad. Now, a large portion of that has come traditionally from the UK diaspora, but with having Adrian and the strong link with Canada, and also so many Romanians being in Canada, we are hoping that we can reach out to the Romanians. Adrian mentioned that we're seeing a huge volume of returning Romanians that may have had 20 years or more in Canada, and they're returning, they're bringing skills, they're bringing investment, some are just moving back for retirement. But in that, they're bringing a mindset that understands about volunteering and giving and supporting. And so we are really genuinely hoping that the diaspora in Canada of Romanians will support great initiatives like Love Light Romania, and of course other charities, but Love Light Romania is something that we're very passionate about.
As an ambassador to Life Light Romania in Canada, my role is to create awareness about the project and also support Life Light Romania with fundraising activities. So we will set up a GoFundMe campaign right now before Christmas, where people can go and donate for these people, these children that are not supporting during these times. And also I'm trying to see if I can create some partnership with other organizations that can support on the longer term the project.
Rob, can you share a touching success story or stories that highlights the impact of this organization, Love Light Romania?
Our key goals are to help people who have been affected by institutionalization, whether it's adults with disabilities who have had to leave institutions, or whether it's children who live in poverty, because poverty is one of the greatest factors of children being abandoned, and there we help them get education, or whether it's actual teenagers who are still living in the social care system. We want to provide them with the soft skills and housing for those who can't live an independent and a purposeful life. So a person who came to live with us about 6 years ago had been abandoned at the age of 3 and had lived all his life in institutions. He'd been in 3 institutions before he come to us. And he was 22 when he come to us, and he was full of frustration in life. He wanted to achieve something, but where he'd been before, he hadn't been given the tools and the skills to flourish in life. So he came to us. We provided him with specific programs that helped him to develop skills like money management, emotional control, and also how to find a job. And through a collaboration with a company in Sibiu, we helped him to find employment. And after a year, he had built up his own confidence and started buying some gardening tools. And he found that he had a real interest for gardening and doing manual labour in um, in agriculture. So he now has his own plan of starting up his own business so he can then live independently and live by himself. And this was all because of the support that was provided by Love Light Romania. So he went from being this frustrated person who was not able to go anywhere to now being someone who's got dreams and aspirations of having his own business and living an independent and purposeful life.
Norman, what are your goals for Love Light Romania in the near future as an ambassador of the brand ambassador?
So as I mentioned earlier, for a charity to continue growing, they need funding. So a key part that Adrian and myself that have got experience, and the other brand ambassadors that bring both different language skills and different business experience skills, is that we want to increase the number of corporates that are aware of the work that Love Light Romania does and get involved. What's really quite important is a steady income stream rather than income streams that go up and down like a roller coaster. And with corporates, we're really looking to get that sort of steady stream of income, because when Romanian businesses donate, they tend to do it around specific points in the tax year where they get benefits. And whilst they're gratefully received, in reality, for a charity to have a healthy growth rate, they need a far more sort of manageable growth curve that goes through it. In addition to that, there's some very exciting programs that Rob's bringing through. So, for example, the British royal family have teamed up with the Romanian royal family to bring the Duke of Edinburgh scheme, which is incredibly popular in many parts of the world. And that's now available within Romania. But at the moment, it's only really truly delivered by international schools. What Rob has done, which is a real first, is to bring that concept into foster homes and orphanages. And he's got, and if he pulls this off, it'll be the first anywhere in Europe to actually build that program with the Duke of Edinburgh scheme for people with disabilities as well. Now that's a massive leap. It's a huge vision. It's a huge dream. But of course, that also needs funding. So there are two goals, really. One is there are so many institutionalized young adults. It's still a surprise. And the best way to build a strong society is if they can have the confidence and skills to live their own self-independent lives. So we want to do more of that. We obviously want to ensure that the younger people that are in remote areas have got access to that after school, have got access to clothes, have got access to heating and food after school, so that they can continue to be motivated to go to schools and study well. And then finally, it's implementing the Duke of Edinburgh scheme into the foster homes and orphanages as a next step. All the licenses have been secured. which is the great news. Now we just need to have the funds to be able to pay for these people to go on outbound tours and other things that will help to build the experiences that they need to pass through the stages that Duke of Edinburgh offers.
Adrian, in your quality as Canadian Romanian ambassador for Love Light Romania, how can people get involved and support this organization work, either locally or internationally?
For now, we are encouraging people to donate through our GoFundMe campaign that will run throughout the Christmas and next year. And if some people would like to volunteer to help us spread the word, and maybe they have connection into the corporate world that you can partner with Love Light Romania to deliver these programs, so that will create a more fluent stream income for Love Light Romania as well.
Rob and Norman, you know a lot about Romania and Romanians, and I'm curious to find out how you were able to integrate yourself or be assimilated by Romanians while you moved from UK to Romania, both of you, or Norman, it's back and forth, but Rob lives in Romania, right?
Well, we both live here. So I've lived in Sibiu now for 16 years.
Wow.
I met my wife in the UK near London. She does originate from Sibiu. As Adrian mentioned earlier, I also had an early fintech, and we opened an office in Sibiu. And then as that grew, we decided to move over. We had twin boys. And initially, we only came for 3 months, but that was 16 years ago, and I haven't gone home. We absolutely love, just like Charlie Otley and King Charles, we're all passionately in love with Romania. It's a fantastic country. Everyone's so social, and it's just brilliant to be a part of the community here.
Yes, Rob, if you want to speak in Romanian, please be our guest. Or what did you learn in Romanian language, and what do you like the most about Romania and Romanians?
I don't know whether I should say it in Romanian. I don't want to. What I love about Romanians what I love about Romanians is their openness and their warmness, and especially in this part of Romania, because they're very well known for being very relaxed. Like my father-in-law, he's typical for this area. You know, if there's something to be done, he'll be like, "Don't worry, we'll get it done. There's no rush," and it does. Things do get done, and I think this is what's missing in the UK, because the UK is so quick-paced, and everybody's got their head down and everything. And Romania's got a lovely sense of community, and this is what I really like about it. And the country's so beautiful and so untouched, and you've got everything in the country. You nearly don't have to go anywhere to have a holiday. You could find somewhere in Romania. So that's why I love Romania. And the same as Norman. I didn't initially come to stay here. I come for a visit, and then just Romania never got rid of me.
Thank you so much.
I think, Adelina, that's one of the very interesting things that Rob mentioned. Through the expat community in Sibiu, we've got over 2,000 people, and from 42 different nationalities. But as Adrian mentioned, the largest growth for about 2 years now has been repats, so Romanians returning home. What's really fascinating is that these Romanians, their original roots were from all over the country, yet they've made a lifestyle decision when they moved back from Canada to locate themselves in the heart of the country and in Sibiu. And that just adds to the vibrancy of the community that we've got in this small city.
As everyone speaks English as well as Romanian, I suppose, because they are coming from Canada, they are coming from UK or across Europe. I would like to invite you to address a message to the Romanian community, inviting them to support Love Light Romania. Rob?
Yes, the future of Love Light Romania and the people that we help really relies on donors and individual givers, whether that be financial or voluntary. And if somebody gets involved, they can make a huge difference to the lives of people. They can be the family, they can be the hope that these people have lost, that because they've been abandoned by both by their families and by society. That anybody who gets involved gives them a hope. They make sure that these people aren't abandoned anymore, and that these people can now have an independent and purposeful future. So anybody who gets involved, either through Adrian's GoFundMe page or for future projects, I hope they know that they will make a huge difference to somebody's life.
Thank you so much, Norman. A message, a
Yeah,
short message.
So if people would like to see the great work that Rob and Love Light Romania are doing, the Facebook page is actively kept up to date. There is also a newsletter as well. I've been associated with the charity. They genuinely work incredibly long hours and hard. They put all their heart into it. It's a fantastic charity to be associated with.
Adrian, thank you so much for bringing to our attention the inspired work of Love Light Romania. What is your message to the Romanian Canadian community here in Vancouver?
Be the light for Love Light Romania. Join us in supporting Love Light Romania, an organization bringing hope to vulnerable children and families in Romania. Your donation can provide education, care, and essential resources to those in need it most. Together, we can make it a real difference. Every contribution counts.
Thank you so much for being guest in our Romanian show in Vancouver on Post TV. Lots of success in the future, and I hope we'll stay connected.